Super random, super random. I was riding around up here north side, whatever, North Austin, and I got done, did some looking. I was a little disappointed. I went to the Nike outlet and they took their clearance rack away, and I was a little irritated. I wasn't about to buy anything, but it's funny. They took away the clearance rack, and I saw like 4 pair of shoes I liked, and I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, when y'all have the clearance rack, I don't see nothing I want, but y'all took the sign away, and I'm like, ooh, I like these. So yeah. So then I went inside Polo. I got this coupon for 25% off of everything, but I didn't see nothing I necessarily liked. I got this whole style of like thin long sleeves and hoodies. I don't know why in the world I like hoodies. No, not hoodies. Long sleeve shirts with hoods on them. That's not a hoodie. I guess it's like a hooded sleeve shirt. So yeah, I didn't see nothing I liked. So I was like, all right, cool. So I get in the car, and Akon song came on with Snoop Dogg and Akon. And it was this song I used to play a lot, and it made me think about like reasons I don't like gentlemen clubs and strip clubs. And make a long story short, if you know me, you know why, and you probably heard this story, but it's so true. So when me and Trey Posse, me, Pokey, T, when we were younger, let's say about 17, 18, we used to go to strip clubs and perform. Now, we weren't old enough to get inside the strip club, because most of them were 18 or 21. We weren't old enough to get inside a strip club, so we'll throw the bouncer a little extra. We'll go in, and they will always put the infamous black X's on our hands, which means we couldn't purchase alcohol. But, shoot, we got us some beer. We stayed on some darn Coronas. So we would go in there, do our little music stuff, perform, blah, 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 interact with the strippers, this, and this. And we were like, 17, 18 doing this. And we would literally be recycling money, throwing money, this, and that, having fun. And it was always like, who was the center of attention, including the strippers being there, especially Smooth. Smooth would be on stage, borderline having a threesome with the strippers. And that was my experience and my thoughts of a strip club growing up as an adult. So I'll never forget when I was in my early 20s, I would go to the strip club, and it's like going to the strip club is like going to Vegas. And my first time going to Vegas was fun until reality kicked in, because I had went to Vegas in February, and my birthday was in March, so I wasn't 21 yet when I was in the military, and I had just got my money right around January. And I had a little savings, and when you at the casino, you just blowing money because you having fun. You're not thinking about going home. So I would never forget, I didn't have a checking account. I only had a savings account. So when I had went to my bank account, I was trying to get some money out, and that just said insignificant funds, and I was like, hold up, I just had about $800-900, and then I didn't think about, like, I had a car note that came. I didn't have a car note. I had a phone bill, insurance, and I had automatic payments for my car. So I had spent money I didn't have, and when I went to the bank to take money out, I just saw available amount, and I was just not really thinking. And then I got to the point where I knew I was thinking when I was like, hey, I'm finna go double my money, and I'll get it back, and I'll put it back in the bank. And the funny part was, my bank was back in Tennessee. All right? So it was no way possible to put that money back in the bank account. But in my head, I just lost 40, I'm finna go win 80. So what was happening was, I'll take out $40, I'll get down to my last $10 and I'll win $20 more. And then I'll walk away and be like, yeah, I came up. But in reality, I'm not thinking that, bro, you took out 40. You know, I'm not thinking about the total number of 40. Now you got $30, $35. I'm thinking, man, I lost 30 and I won 30. You know, I'm thinking about what I lost and won. And that ratio wasn't correct. Because I was losing money all the time, but I was spending money. So I learned when you go to Vegas, you got to separate your winning and your spending. Those are two separate things. And I just got the concept of when I go to Vegas, just how much money I'm spending. Because first I went to Vegas, I wasn't prepared. So that's how it is with strippers. You know, like, I remember one time I went to the Boom Boom room with a stripper, and I wasn't really just thinking about the whole process. You know, like, we went back there, we did our thing, and literally when I got done, I was like, man, I paid for an hour. I only used 15 minutes. And she was like, you wanna keep going? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I was like, dang, Mike, you just paid all this money for that. And I didn't think about, like, I paid for the situation and I paid for the environment. And that's why, like, I don't like strippers. Because when you go deal with strippers and gentlemen adult entertainment, you have to pay for the experience and the environment. That's why I keep myself in the house, because, like, when I am doing these things, I'm thinking about the experience. So I be like, hey, it's like going to a basketball game. You know, like I went to a basketball game recently, and it was like I was blowing money fast at the game because the experience. But I didn't take into consideration, I spent money to get inside the game. So, like, when I calculated my total spending, it's like, man, you spent more than you thought you did. So that's why I don't like dealing with strip clubs and stuff, because, like, I don't know how to manage my spending, because I'm paying for the environment and the situations. And when you think about strip club, you think about the situation. You're like, hey, I'm doing 45, 51. That's it. But you take into consideration, you had to pay to get in, maybe $20. You're gonna buy 2 or 3 drinks, about $30. So you already spent $55 on top. So if you don't properly calculate that whole initial money you spent, that'll throw you off. So that's why, like, I don't do well with credit cards, because I use a credit card and then I get to a time period and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pay it off. I can't manage it. I can spend or not spend. I can pay or not pay, but I can't, like, manage it on that type of level, because, like, I'm not thinking about, like, the whole thing. That's why, like, the type of person I am, I'm one of those, I'm going to do it or not do it. I ain't going to have to do it. I'd rather completely do it and then deal with the consequences than to 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But yeah. That's how we definitely moving there. So if you can't handle the heat, stay out the kitchen. And, you know, me, I'm staying out the kitchen. I'm definitely staying at the kitchen, because it get hot up in that kitchen. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. All right, holla.